Welcome to Body Work.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I had 11 Olympians and over 800 national champs. And all those men, they wouldn't do half the work that she do. And I'm seeing it from the young ladies. These last 2 years, when you think about it, all the good fights is coming from the women. The guys is ducking each other, looking for the easy way. I'm telling you like it is, you know? So again, you know, this young lady done did everything I asked of her, and she did more. And I'm watching all the young ladies that's boxing now. It's like they trying to prove they better than men. Now, we knew they was kind of there, but now they showing that they mean. You know, in old days in Philly, we call these guys crazy. And that's the way these women are. So when you go back home, speak nice to you.
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. I'll let your boy. Ain't nothing going on in boxing, so I figure, hey man, I remember when I was out there. I was looking, I was hunting, I was searching, I was lurking. I was like, dang, ain't nothing going on tonight. Ain't no boxing on tonight. Ain't nobody talking spicy tonight. I was like, yikes. And just like being a father, you know, when you ain't never had one, right? You always look for ways to be what you wanted. So, guilty confession. Because I never really had a father, a padre. When I started having mine, I said, well, how you going to do this, son? And I said, hey, I'm going to be what I always wanted in the father. And Eureka! I've always been what I always wanted to be in a father. So all those who came after me ain't have to worry about what it meant to be or to have a father. Long story short, when I was in your position, I was looking, I was waiting. I'm like, dang, ain't no boxing on. Ain't nobody putting down the ones and the twos. What we gonna do? Ooh. I said, man, if I was in this situation, there wasn't no boxing on tonight, I would sure love for somebody to come down and give me an opportunity to get mine off, because it is your platform. But outside of that, I would love for somebody to come down and break it down. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something new. Tell me something I don't know. Spark my mind. Renew my interest. Because I don't know, man. Because times is changing and culture is changing. And I know it's a lot of people out there doing some strange things for a little piece of change. And it's some people that's out there with Tom, Dick, and Harry and just doing a whole lot of mixing it up, and it's the alphabet people, and it's just all that, and it's just like, I know that, speaking for myself. You know what I'm saying? Damn near having a wife. I'm thinking, man, sometimes you gotta get creative. You gotta be able to remix that thing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to catch it, renew it. You know what I'm saying? A salad every day. If you just doing the onions and the cucumbers and the tomatoes and you ain't doing nothing different, you ain't putting a little bit of onions in that thing, you ain't sprinkling no olives in there, you ain't switching up your cheeses, you ain't mixing up your dressings, you ain't learning your lessons when it comes to this thing called boxing, and that's what I'm here for. I do that body work. I pick up on what others don't. And I think that where other people don't have no leg to stand and all they do is talk to people and they all bland, they come at me like I'm the man. They loot, they rob, they pillar. From post to post. They take all your ideas. Get who you want to talk to and then do the most. Yikes! But I'm like, look, man, what's destined for me, man, what the universe got planned for me, it's mine. It ain't nobody that put their pantalones on like me gonna be able to see me, gonna be able to stop me, gonna be able to cause me no problems. Ooh. That's just me, though. Ain't not been never not nobody, no not nothing no more that's ever been able to stop me. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody jack the swagger or swagger the jack. I don't care how you want to play it, Jack. This is me. They say that a lot of people are born originals and they die copies. I said, yikes! That's like the worst charge. I don't never want to be a copy. But I realize that we deal in a lot of perception, man. That's why, even though it be a little weird, them Netflix series with the Black Mirror, you know what I'm saying? That whole series, man, it be like, it be a little quirky, it be a little irky jerky, but I be understanding the message, and I'm like, man, that's real deep. And a lot of the things that they point out, I be calling the irony of life, you know what I'm saying? But like, I try to keep it real, 10 times 10. And I realized that in the essence of me being me, I done produced a whole lot of clones. And I be all fine and dandy until it land on my own. Till it start coming at home. And I realized, man, look, it's a lot of y'all out there, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your problem is with body work. But body work is the time. He's the type of person. He's a man. His name is Michael Rogers. That's the government. The channel, the platform is body work. The 300, the kidneys. But I am Michael Rogers. My email, my Gmail is always out there. If you have a problem, holler at me. But if I go onto another channel and you happen to see me and I'm perusing and I'm helping trying to build Or I'm just out there just easing my mind from not having to be creative, not having to be so saucy, not having a chef. Because sometimes you want to go somewhere and eat some lean cuisine, something exotic. So I might frequent another channel. I might try to help my man's build. But if you see me over there and I'm getting down with him, that's not the time to try to ambush. You know where I am. You know where I be. And I can't recall not one time I've ever put a mute button to somebody. I've never not had one time where I never put the link out to where if you feel like you the baddest man in the mess hall with your chest out, you can come see me. But since a lot of people be claiming that A-side, 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 I be like, oh, okay, I'm Mikey Little numbers right now. I already know what I'm capable of. I'm just waiting for a shot. I acknowledge you A-side. If you A-side, send the contract. If not, come over on the practice facility. Come get it out the mud. Go over in the foreign sorrow, because a lot of the times I'm starting to recognize that a lot of these, just like these boxers where they want all the advantages, a lot of these content creators, they want all the advantages. I'm like, yeah. I guess in many ways we live vicariously through these boxers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the one. I can't afford to get hit in the head. I can't afford to get blindsided. So if you see me out and about, and I'm trying to build up my brother, and you got something that you need to say to me personally, you already know where I be. I'm not hard to find. I don't play hide and go seek. I got a regular job, but I've been getting pretty consistent. And I just been doing my thing. Not bothering not nobody, just doing little old me. But I've learned it in the past because I did it. I was starting to reach out. I was starting to branch out. I was making myself available. I was saying, hey, what's up? What's going on? I realized that people use body work and what body work used to the table when it's time to get everything going, when it's time to spark it up, when it's time to drum it up, when it's time to get it popping. But then when I get to asking questions and exploring topics and going off like rockets, they be like, oh, they be ignoring me. And I be like, damn, am I off topic? Am I the one that's being brand new? But I'm the type of soul that can't be used. So once again, this is a public service announcement. If you see me out and about and I'm up on the platform, that's not the time to try to ambush me. The next time I'm not going to be so polite. Yikes! Let's get down to the curriculum. And tonight, you know what I'm saying, I had a couple things, man. I had a couple things I wanted to go over. And it's just one thing, this is one reoccurring thing, like, you know what I'm saying, where everybody be saying, because everybody's quick to come out and tell you that there's weight classes for a reason. Oh, there's weight classes for a reason, and that's the reason why. And then they'll come right out and they'll say something else that's contrary to what they just stated that they believe. But I was looking up, okay, what are people missing? Because I'm like, man, why are people acting fools? Like, it's one match. It's really one guy that everybody want to see face this other guy. And it's like, it's really no comparison. But since we got all these zombies who have all this mind control, and they seem to just been going wild online, and they got all these zombies and these people with these batteries in their backs, and I don't know how much they paying them. How much are the checks? How many commas for all that drama? How many commas for all that drama? And I'm like, okay, cool. Look, we're gonna play ignorant. We're gonna act like, oh, he only rehydrates to like 25 pounds, and you act like that's the only guy that does it. And I'm like, are you playing with your nipples, dog? Like, are you being sensual, dog? I thought we were just talking a little bit of boxing, dog, but you looking kind of off. And I'm like, what are people not getting? It's not the mere fact that people spar with a lot of bigger guys. Like if they're dealing with somebody that has a little bit more power, but maybe faster at their weight division than the average, then like, yes, you want to actually be able to feel that kind of power coming at that kind of velocity. So you might go up a little larger. Yeah. But if you're dealing with somebody's speed, you can deal with somebody that's a little bit smaller than you, but just have the speed, because you need to get used to the velocity of the punches coming in. So it varies on who you bring into training when it comes down to sparring. And I ain't gotta ever put up a set of gloves to know something like that, because I don't have no boxing background and I ain't been in them gyms. I just be talking that boxing. That's all. I just be talking that boxing. But I was like, man, what are people not missing? And what I think people are not missing, and where you miss me and where I go left and where I still stop listening to you, is because if you say you understand the sweet science, it's not just the fact that a person is coming on 25 pounds larger than you. Like me, myself, I'm 5'10". You know what I'm saying? You name the range or the weight that we gotta meet at, I'm more than likely I'm gonna be willing to do that or able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not big boned. I'm not fat. But I do realize that if you say, hey, look, meet me at 175, and then you come in at 185, it's like, oh no, we had an agreement that we're coming in at 175. If you say 154, we had an agreement that we're coming in at 154, but then you come in at if we said 154, then you came in at 170, I'm like, hold on, we got a problem. You like, hold on, man. It's all the way, man. Come on, man. It's just a couple pounds. It's just not, man. When you look at it, man, that's not even more than, well, yeah, it is a little bit more than the percentage that's allowed, but still, man, why are you crying? Why are you? And I'm going to break it down so we can get this down so that when we hear these clowns and they all out online, you can shut them down. In summary, weight has a significant impact on a boxer's punching power and punching resistance. The momentum behind a punch is determined by the boxer's weight and velocity, and a heavier person has more momentum behind their punch. That's not the aspect we're talking about. So not only will you have more momentum behind your punch coming in at that size, however, proper punching technique also plays a role, and smaller person with proper form can potentially hit harder than a bigger person with poor technique, a la Tank Davis and Devin Haney. I gotta read that again. However, proper punching technique also plays a role, and a smaller person with proper form can potentially hit harder than a bigger person with proper technique. Tank Davis, Devin Haney. Since we want to always talk about the weight difference, why are you always crying? When it comes to punch resistance, being heavier can help absorb punches better due to the lower acceleration and reduced jarring of the brain. This is evident in the fact that most serious injuries and death occurs in lighter weight classes. So when you're dealing with the lighter weight classes, if you got somebody say, oh man, if he really all that, if he really out in the mess hall with his chest out, well, if the contractor weight is really 135 and you come in and you like 160, god damn. If it's really 140 and you coming out closer to 170, god damn. It's not only can I not rock you? Did I not do damage to Sean Porter? Did the legendary coach Kevin Ham just say there's something special about torque and the ability to be able to punch and just natural God-given talent, universe-given talent to where you just raw. We already see it in everybody else. But we all develop some kind of convenient amnesia when it comes down to two certain boxes. And it always comes down to, well, why you care? He went up to 140. He did this. It's like, no, it's not just that. It's the fact that this man is getting an unfair advantage because since we're clocking in at this weight and we're fighting it at this weight, we need his punch resistance to register and equate to him fighting at that weight. And y'all like, wait. Y'all sound real. But due to monetization, I'm going to let y'all fill in that blank. Yikes. Stop playing when it comes down to that weight, man. If you can't paint at a weight class, it's an unfair advantage for you to balloon up to a whole nother like 3 or 4 weight classes. Why? It's not just because I feel your punching power. It's not just because I feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be a little bit more brolic in the pocket. It's the fact that we fighting it at a 135, whereas if you were really 135, you would have a 135 punch resistance. But the fact that we fighting at 135 and you coming in at 170, you're going to have a 170 punch resistance. And one of my advantages is I punch harder than you. I'm a more accurate power puncher than you. I'll make somebody put on a hard hat and start digging in their lunch pail way earlier than you. Because I'm more burlier than you. I hit harder. I'm swifter. My IQ is better. My speed, my accuracy, my timing is way much better. And I'm not giving you no advantage. It's up to you how you gonna manage. If we set that dial at 140, I want you to come on there with that 140 resistance. And I'm gonna do damage. Yikes! That's what it's all about. So let's stop playing with these people when you hear them running around like sheep, bah, with a battery in their back, bah, with knee pads on. Send them some knee pads. I got them for the low. I call them slippers for the knees. I got that throat coat. And they want to go the extra mile for their favorite boxer. And when they want to pull down them boxers. And that's not me. That's y'all being all toxic. When I tried to say earlier on, I said, man, y'all just gonna let this virus just go along. Y'all gonna let this take this from this fighter to that fighter. Then not just this fighter and that fighter. You know what I'm saying? Now we going overseas with it. So now y'all gonna let this toxicity travel overseas. Oh, so now y'all gonna let it jump up a whole nother weight class. So then y'all gonna let it jump up a whole 2 or 3 weight classes. And we ain't gonna do no check on learning. We ain't gonna pull nobody to the side and say, hey man, listen, calm down. You ain't all that. You ain't Floyd. People be saying you Sugar Ray. I'm like, golly, with friends like those, who needs enemies? Not me, but that's just me though. Body work. So when you see me out and about and I'm on another platform and I'm building with one of my brothers, don't try to come in and ambush me. You already know where I be. And when it come down to us having all these legit boxing conversations, we get to talking about weight and you want to go extra hard for your favorite fighter, just buy a set of knee pads and we gonna leave you alone. Get some throat coat. Get some tonsil jewelry. Get one of these back braces for when you try to move these goalposts. Just by buying that gag gift, we know to leave you alone because you're really not about that boxing talk. I've never heard so much about how somebody can be so big and everybody's advocating for somebody to be so big to fight somebody that's so small with naturally shorter dimensions, smaller dimensions. I mean, I wasn't the one advocating for Naoya anyway to go up and fight Tank. I said, nah, man. I said, man, unless Tank go down, I don't want to see it. Why? I rock with anyway. But Tank is my guy. And I don't want Tank to have no unfair advantage. So I think it would be more impactful if Tank said, okay, I'll see you at 130. Or just for you, I'll meet you at 126. Well, I know you done climbed up. That'll be your 6th division. And I went up on my own. I done went up 4. I've been in 4 different ones. You've been in 5 different ones. So I'll come down and meet you down there and you come up and then, okay, we even Steven, because then I'm a little bit depleted. You know what I'm saying? But then you way outside your league. But I didn't want to see it if he had to come all the way up to 135. That's just me, though. I didn't want to see nobody coming off of inactivity. That's just me, though. I didn't want to hear nobody saying, oh, man, dang, he just lost his father, man. I want him to get his ass right back in him. That's just me, though. But I'll be on some Predator stuff. I'll be on some Highlander type stuff. So where I wanted to be mano y mano, where you at your best and I'm at my best. Because if I feel like, hey, other than us, me being born with these arms and you being born with those legs and us just having to develop a skill, then I just got to see if mine work better than yours. And even I'm going to take your cornbread or you going to take mine. Like it or not. We not playing ring around the roadies or hopscotch or hokey pokey. We getting it in. Period. So if you see me out and about and I'm trying to build with one of my brothers, that's not the time to try to sneak diss me. And this has happened over the years, man. If you got a problem with me, you know where to find me. Holler at me. If you dealing with one of these zombies with a battery in their back and they want to keep talking all this weight stuff, bring up punch resistance and watch them get real quiet. Real silent. Yeah. So I just broke it down. Because I said, however, punching power, proper punching technique also plays a role in a smaller person with proper form can potentially hit harder than a bigger person with poor technique. When it comes to punch resistance, being heavier can help absorb punches better due to lower acceleration and reduced jarring of the brain. So when you're a little bit heavier and you putting all them fluids back in, and we already know it's a punch barrier, that's why they say it's deadly when you cut down weight and you can't rehydrate right, because the fluid on your brain, when you get hit in your head or your jaw and your brain get to rattling, you don't got enough cushion. But then when you rehydrate and you that much bigger, then you got that much more support. So when I crack that chin, it ain't gonna register to that brain. And that's an unfair advantage, man. Period. So that's a little bit of the housekeeping, man. I mean, I could play cool, calm, and collective, but I'm not gonna disrespect somebody else's channel. So that's not the way to get at me, man. And I've been seeing that happen a lot of times, man. Like, you know where I'm at. You know where I'll be. If you feeling like you A-size short and you got all these big numbers and you want to do this, I'm not going to allow you to be able to mute me and call and say your mother anything. My mom's not here. I won't even allow myself to be disrespected. But I'm here. Never had to use my mute button. But I'm not going to disrespect nobody else's channel. But the next time it happens, I'm going to have to let you have it. Period. That's the public service announcements. That's the housekeeping. And I want to get on to my topic, my subject, which is the role. And the role has taken on a different complexion. You know what I'm saying? I already went over some of my rules of engagement. If you see me out and about, stay on topic, cuz. Stay on topic. Now, I want to talk about, let's qualify a legit call out, man. We got to start qualifying these. And I have a segment called We the People, man. If I get enough people to comment and chime in and say we the people must start qualifying these call outs. And I'm going to paint a picture. I haven't got to the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not going to get to the comments yet. Until you verbally see me, it'll be the first time I read a comment. Why? Because I know what kind of happens. But I appreciate everybody in the building. I promise you. And you're going to get your name read out. You're going to get your subject addressed. You're going to get your one-on-one attention. Because here at Bodywork Boxing, all subscribers matter. For real. I haven't got there. But I believe that we need to start qualifying the call out. Why? Why are you saying this, Mike? Because just me. If we can remove names after I give you the context of what I'm talking about. We can remove names after I give the context, but I got to give the context first. so that we can be educated, because we are not casual. If you're over here, you're thinking with a deeper sense of thought, and you're looking at everything circumspectly. You want to know the length, the breadth, the width, the capacitance, the volume, the mass. You want to know its buoyancy. You know what I'm saying? So you can say less and mean more when you ask about one thing. Like how we used to do back in the day. You have critical thinking skills. So we got to have these kind of conversations, but my mind be blown. My mind be blown where, hear me out, TeofimoLopez, he did everything that Devin Haney did before Devin Haney did it. Everything. Including, and I always like to give the little cherry on top, the little hee hardy har, even taking a loss. But everything Devin Haney's done, TeofimoLopez did before him. Okay? So he got the Lomachenko first. He went up and beat Josh Taylor at 140 first. Josh Taylor beat Regis. Devin Haney moved up and beat Regis, the loser to Josh Taylor. He's done everything first, even taking a loss from Kambosos, and that's the difference right there. That's the one thing people want to point out, that Devin Haney beat Kambosos when Kambosos beat Teo. And nobody want to give nothing to anything that was going on with Teo at that fight. And if you are the no excuse type person, like I am, I totally understand. No excuse. Shouldn't have got your ass in the ring. No excuse. I fully agree. I'll give you that. However, everything that DHP has done, the takeover has done first. And here it goes. This man is actually saying, okay, I want to move up. I want to see that guy at 147, because I saw the guy in Lomachenko before Devin did. The guy that everybody wants to warp the conversation about Tank and Loma. Well, TeofimoLopez actually beat Loma, because it's real odd that y'all give TeofimoLopez no credit for beating Loma, but then y'all want to use that whole incident with Floyd when it came down to him saying that statement about him making Tank fight Loma when it's convenient for you. But in all actuality, TeofimoLopez did it first. Yeah, he did. That's just a stark reality. That's just facts. He moved up. He had 2 fights, and on his 3rd fight, he took out Josh Taylor. Regardless if Josh Taylor lost to Jack Catterall, which I did have it. They have unfinished business. The rematch has already been scheduled. It's going to be a barn burner. I'll be calling that fight. Stay tuned. I rock with it. I even rock with Josh Taylor. He was the guy. He's formidable. But at one point in time, it was real heavy talks about one Bud Crawford fighting the Josh Taylor. I remember it like it was yesterday, because we were still having conversations about Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, and they were saying, oh man, if we stay over there, he could always fight Josh Taylor moving up, because they could always build it as undisputed versus former undisputed, but we're still getting gaslighted like that never happened. And it really did. It really did. They act like that never happened. That's why when I hear all these OGs and all these dudes, all I could just picture them is like, damn, if you're going to be down there on your knees, get some of these knee pads. Jeez Louise. Stop playing. But it's utterly ludicrous. Now, regardless, after the last performance with Jermaine Ortiz, especially putting more on film, which you already showed with Sandor Martin, which we had to think that Ortiz had to learn from what Kambosos did and what Sandor Martin did, and the fact that maybe your power is not necessarily registering at 140 like it was, so it was a little less to be concerned with. But we had to see that it was like 2 blueprints to where if you fought like this, you might have a chance to win, and Teo got the decision, and he wants to go up another division and see the guy. And regardless if he'll get regardless if he'll get his cornbread taken, politically speaking, regardless if Terrence Bud Crawford would, definitely, butter his cornbread, and eat it right in front of his face. Regardless if that would be the conclusion, the track record will warrant that, because what he did at 135 and what he did at 140, the track record would say that he would have every right to go do that. But people will try to gaslight you and say that that's not the energy you're supposed to have. And I seen a recent interview with Abel Sanchez, and that's probably the most positive interview, man. Like that guy, Marcus Villegas, he's probably the best one out there doing it. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. Because he don't seek no sensationalism. He asks genuine questions. He knows his facts. He reached down in his bag. He thought a little bit of history. He provided a background to why he's asking certain questions. He don't try to get people on the hook of salaciousness. But you get a lot of good answers. And Abel Sanchez actually broke down everything. And he said, you know what? Like, yeah, you know, I mean, he would have a right to do it because of what his past was. He said, but why not clear out the division? Why not go out and see the Devin Haney? Why not go out and see the Subriel Matias? And if you get past both of them styles, absolutely go for Bud. And I could not help but not agree with what Abel Sanchez said. However, the fact that I know, not the Subriel Matias portion, because I know he wants all that smoke. The fact that I know how the DHP can't move, if he waits on that and then he has to, you know, deal with whatever's going on with Subriel and however that cross promotion and whatever I's you gotta dot or T's you gotta cross, if he gotta wait for all that, then he'll be in limbo. Why not enact? If you have a super and you can enact and go up a weight class and use that belt while you still have it to grab hold of the guy on the next level that got it, that's in your right. That's the same reason why we said that Shakur Stevenson had every right to go to the sanction and bodies about that DHP fight. Yikes! And people say he ducked. Well, how did he duck when he petitioned with the commission that was going to dictate the price of admission? He wound up with the belt. But in the case of TeofimoLopez, when he want to enact the same thing and do the same thing with Bud, they saying he wrong. But then Canelo just shut down Bud, and Bud want to fight Boots, and Teo want to move up, and he's supposed to be easy work, but Bud act like he don't want to go get that easy work. I already told you. If somebody called me and said, hey, I got a TV I need to mount, I'm on my way home from work, it's going to take me about 20 minutes to do it. I got everything on my truck because I got tools on me. I'm going to stop and get that $75 because that's easy work. If my lady say, hey, babe, you forgot to take out the trash this morning when you get home, I need that to get to the dumpster ASAP. That's easy work. As soon as I get home, as soon as I run up on it, it's easy work. I don't understand. Like, so that's easy work. But in the same breath, if we want to flip around, we give all this credence to one Keyshawn Davis. And although he looked spectacular against a Pedraza, but I gotta quote a Coach Calvin when he said Pedraza was a prime Pedraza when Tank Davis stopped him. It's been a minute. Keyshawn created his separation, but then we give him all the credence in the world to be able to jump up and call out a guy who did everything that Devin Haney did at 35, whatever title, whatever semantics, whether you want to acknowledge what it was, you know what I'm saying, or not, you're going to have to kiss the ring because history is history. Then he moved up to 140 and got the Leonard one and beat Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was always in the talk to be able to fight one Bud Crawford, but now that it's TeofimoLopez, it just seems so foreign. And I know we're judging from his last performance, and but he got the judgments, and that's crazy. But Keyshawn, who was an Olympian, we check off. He is from the DMV, so he's one of the guys I'm gonna fight for rain, sleet, or snow, because, like I said, I try to represent my guys at all times. I'll avoid bringing them down if I can. But if they happen to cross over into the subject matter at hand, I gotta speak what I can, which is the truth. And the fact that I don't recall Keyshawn taking over anything. I recall Keyshawn actually getting suspended for marijuana use and then coming back off of a Pedraza who sucking himself down and is way past when Tank stopped him. And yeah, he did what he was supposed to do, but what would qualify him to call out Teo when that's his first division and he got more tire problem? And somebody out there, I think on my man Asian Money channel, I think they be saying that Andy Cruz be saying that he got a son, he got an illegitimate son out there, and they be saying that is Keyshawn. I'm like, where's the energy for Andy Cruz, the guy that beat you in the Olympics, the guy over on your same label and your same weight, and you ain't conquered that? But we co-signing this and we trying to make it sound like Teo crazy for that, when I'm like, I don't understand. Maybe it's somebody older than me that have to be able to explain this, but I do not see how Keyshawn Davis has the right to be able to call out one TeofimoLopez. But what TeofimoLopez has done, he don't have the right. Whether he get his ass whooped or not, that's a whole different conversation. But having the right to, or being entitled to, especially when Bud ain't got to fight, whether he get his butt whooped from pillar to post, I think that TeofimoLopez would actually have more credence in being able to get in the ring with Bud than a Keyshawn would be able to get in there with Teofimo right now. Based on what? We're not gonna force this man to say, hey man, you gotta more retire. It's bad enough that you and Shakur was in the same division and y'all BFFs. So that can't go down. Devin is gone. That can't go down. Floyd Schofield, he over there with Golden Boy, so that can't go down. But we just supposed to give you a pass to be able to call Teo and run him down, and we're gonna call Teo a clown because he wanted to get down with one Bud Crawford? Stop it, man. It's like, this is where sound reasoning and logic must intervene, and we must have people that will break it down. Just like, yes, TeofimoLopez, it would not be a good idea for him to run up on Bud. But that's not the point. Whether it'll be a good idea, whether he'll get his ass mixed or not, that's not the point. The point is, he's done enough at 135, moved up to 140. He wants to go up another level. Keyshawn hasn't maxed out at the level where he's at right now, and he just came off a suspension. And that's my guy because he's from the VA, but just like everything else, I gotta slice it right down the middle. But when I hear OGs, people older than me, talking and sounding all crazy, I'm like, damn, what's going on? Is it really the Wild Wild West? But I always see that people don't believe fat meat be greasy, man, because we already said, man, that the way you do business is always gonna come around to bite you in the tail. Like all that shenanigans, leaving Earl at the altar, all that stuff, and people say, oh man, he just gotta feed his family. And then people don't even know if he left that company. He don't even know if they left that company in the black. I think that company was still in the red. And everybody went around, oh man, he got 10 million. Never been verified. But might have bankrupt a company and left Earl on the shelf and also contributed to Earl's inactivity, but didn't want to give Bud all the credit for beating the guy that was inactive and Earl. But it's not worthy of a rematch, and that's paperwork. And I told y'all in 2024, we had people that didn't even want to honor paperwork. I mean, if you had an agreement that we're going to do this once, and regardless of whatever happened, we're going to do this twice, and it's in my rights. People were saying, no way. And I was like, yikes. Hey, we don't honor paperwork. I don't ever want to do no business with you. I don't give a fuck if you ever come to my channel. I don't give a fuck if we ever do a picnic, a seminar, a how-to, you know what I'm saying? What's the news? I don't want to do nothing with you. You don't honor no paperwork. It's all fine and dandy when somebody snitch, you know, oh, they was on paperwork. But if we got a business paperwork and we have an agreement and you're actually expressing yourself that, oh, no, he shouldn't have to honor that. I don't want to have nothing to do with you business-wise. But that's just me though. So everything that you say after that, how I view you, how you do everything, hey, your ass is grass, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even acknowledge me. You know what I'm saying? Remember Patrick Swayze on Ghost? I'm toast. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we gotta kind of try to develop some standards on all this shit, because we gotta identify what's a weight bully. I told y'all what a weight bully is. A weight bully is saying, oh man, if somebody fought somebody, man, he's supposed to be knocking out such and such in sparring, but then say, oh, sparring don't matter. So I'm like, man, y'all be playing. Listen, before I come out, because I'm getting ready to come out, and I'm getting ready to present the link, but I'm getting ready to come out. But I heard somebody start off with a hypothetical, like somebody, the guy that tried to ambush me. This guy starts off with the hypothetical. Oh man, because if he go up there in these weight divisions and he blah blah blah, and like he missed me because he started off, well, if was a fifth, we'd all be. You already know. And then when I said, well, you do know that Floyd could have been undisputed if he chose to. Like if he opted to the selection to be able to do that, but since he was the man, he didn't have to do that, but he did have the option. And then he said, oh, we're not going to do the shoulda, coulda, woulda. I like, man, that was your whole premise from the start. And every time I started talking, he started cutting me off. I'm like, man, that's how I know, man. It's like, y'all don't really want it, man. Y'all don't really want it, because whenever I get to talking, everybody want to cut me off. It's just something about the truth, man. That's why it's like, if you live in it, if you get comfortable in dwelling in it, you don't get nervous when everybody else do. You ain't got nothing to lie about. If you was wrong, you was wrong. If you right, you right. If you ain't hide nothing, you ain't got nothing to hide. My mom taught me that from an early age. That's what kept me out of trouble, because she taught me, trust me, she taught me about consequences and repercussions early. I locked her keys in the car one time, and we was over my grandmother's house, man. She started hitting me in my chest from the front door to, we was all the way at the back door. That's through the kitchen. My back is against the wall, all the way in the kitchen, and she's still going. And her name was Robin. And y'all know what happened with Mike and Robin. So after that, they was calling her Robin Tyson. So imagine how I felt. Got to be more, I said, hey, got to be more careful. That's just the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this channel's all about, y'all. That real deal Holyfield, man. But with all that being said and done, man, what I wanted to talk about is the 140-pound division, man. I think that it's a lot. The optics are looking a certain way. I think that things are lining up. I think that we just saw Eddie Hearn in a roundabout way draft his replacements. You gotta be able to read between the lines and look at what he actually said and what he's doing. And we gotta be able to interpret what's actually going on. He wants a crowd-friendly fighter, a champion. He has contenders. He knows that every time out, they're gonna get a fan-friendly fight. He's a champion. I just hope that this man is not always just defending his titles, and he'll actually get an opportunity to be able to unify, because that's what it's all about. And we got new information. We got new information that not only is it those 5 names that, I mean, they actually said it's a 5-fight deal, but it was like 4 names that they named, and I was like, dang, man, that didn't have a Devin Haney on it. But Eddie came out, he addressed the TeofimoLopez. He said, man, so if Top Rank wants to allow TeofimoLopez, he said, yes, absolutely. Like, come on, bring it on. And I was like, talk that Eddie. Talk that He was like, yeah, so with the winner of Rolly and Pitbull. He's like, yes, absolutely. I was like, talk that noise, Eddie. And then he said, oh man, the winner of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia bring it on. And I was like, talk that. But then I stopped myself and I said, man, who gonna hold Eddie accountable? Who gonna hold Eddie accountable? Because I think Subriel Matias, very smart in betting himself. I think he cornered the market. He cornered the whole market. Think about it. He on the zone. Anything moving on Golden Boy, since that go through the zone, he could say, hey, I want in. Richardson Hitchens, he don't got a belt yet. He gonna have to go that route. Richardson Hitchens might just have the skills to pay the bills. We'll never know until we see it. The only question mark is Gary Antoine Russell being affiliated with whoever he's affiliated with, because right now, until PBC come out with their new announcement, we don't know who's affiliated with who. But we do know that El Orgullo de Maternillo, the Pride of Motherhood, got the block cornered off. He want all the smoke. And we know that Eddie believe in him. Why? Because he's going to deliver a fan-friendly fight to where somebody might retire on their stool. Or, universe forbid, expire. So I want to know how y'all feel about the 140 division, man. How y'all see everything, man. And salute to everybody who came out in the building, man. Everybody who support, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute, 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 man. Y'all make me feel good. I look up and see those numbers. I be like, man, y'all make me feel all right, man. Y'all make me feel like it's a place, it's a voice, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to really talk that real when it comes down to that boxing talk. Might not agree with everything. I might go a little hard on everything, but just the support that I give, the support that I get and the feedback that I get and how y'all make me feel, you know what I'm saying, doing the content and some of the responses and reading some of the comments, you know what I'm saying, y'all let me know, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep going. We gonna keep growing. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep it all the way. We might not always say the most popular things or the things that's gonna, like, you know, bode well with everybody, and we're not touching everything because we don't condone everything, but we're always gonna have a presence. And I look at it like the soldiers from 300. You know what I'm saying? You can have 100. We can have 30. We gonna knock your boots. Because, you know what I'm saying, we do that body work. Like, we're not playing around with you. So I appreciate, man. I really do. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I really, really do it, man. All my subscribers, I have a policy where all subscribers matter. I got a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have them for print and all that. You know, that's not my main focus, but I'm gonna have it for print. And all subscribers matter. And if you notice, here at Bodywork Boxing, I engage. You get me. This is your platform. If you got something that's bubbling over, something that you need to say, this is your platform too, just as much as mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I without y'all? Otherwise, I just be talking to myself. But I'm gonna get to these comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off at the top. But I appreciate y'all. Man, it's a lot of comments, man. It's like 70-something comments, man. I'm gonna try to breeze by. I might have to go down to the bottom, man. And if I miss somebody, I miss somebody, because I don't want to start losing people. We got a bunch of people, man. I think we got like 30 people in here right now. Like 30 people. So bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, y'all. But y'all know I gotta do my monologue, man. It's not like everybody else, because I'll get off my train of thought and y'all won't get what y'all need. We gotta have class in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I gotta allow it to rock and marinate. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with the groove. You know what I'm saying? And this is how I do it. So I appreciate y'all, man. Felix Vivero, Subriel, make you quit Matias. Salute. Oh, Queen. Bad news for Matias today. Puerto Rican power. Body work. Coquille. Welcome, chat. Puerto Rican Power, Cold Key. What's up, my boy Jose Rodriguez? What's happening? Frank Smith from Matchroom Boxing confirmed Leon Paro isn't on the list of opponents for Subriel Matias homecoming pay-per-view this summer. Who will Matias' opponent be? Chime in. You know what I'm saying? I already knew. I knew when I heard that latest interview and all that, when I ain't get too much new information, it was just like a waste of my time. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican Power. Yeah, he gonna get somebody though. He in good hands. The only opponent left for Matias is Regis, Progress, Arna Barbosa, Jose Ramirez, Everett Rodriguez, some dude from Japan. All them, hey, he need to take any one of them he can get. Any one of them he can get. Hit that like button, my peoples. Jose Rodriguez, that's right. That's right, champ. Beto was ranked higher than them, but Matias needed to get a confirmation on an opponent. Yeah. Frank Smith from Matchroom Boxing confirmed. I think I read that. Body work. I'm Puerto Rican and I appreciate everything you're doing for Subriel Matias. Viva Body Work, you the best. Victor Colon. Salute, Vic. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, man. I'm recognizing it all. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep the pressure on the ones that really want to give us what we want and really want to, you know what I'm saying, raise that banner, you know what I'm saying, and stamp that standard. You heard? Cookie Monster. Body work. Salute, Miss Cookie Monster. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. You know I do. Salute the body work and the champion sports boxing. I subscribe to your channel, champion. I subscribe to your channel, you know what I'm saying? I've been over there peeking and taking a gander. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, chat. That's right. Arnaldo Nieves, salute, chat. That's what's happening. Koki, welcome, Armando. Armando, thanks, Koki. Let's go, body work. Bubs in the building, salute. Bub, you cooking, bro. I had to come pick my phone up and let you know. That's what's up. Salute. Y'all make me feel good, man. Body work, facts. Jose Rodriguez, straight facts. Small, itty, petite, tink, tank. Larry Lopez, what's happening, Larry? You know what I'm saying? I always count on you, Larry, man. You never let me down, man. You the most consistent and persistent. I wanted T.O. versus Matias. JT Del Valle. Yeah, I did too. This is embarrassing. You can be embarrassing too sometimes, Larry. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. If we go with this one. Yeah, man. Like, don't let them. Salute body work from Kissimmee, Florida. Love your channel. Ben Bang. Salute. You down there in Florida, man. You making me jealous, man. Right now, while them storms ain't going on. Anyway, Tank keeps picking flat-footed Latinos. He should be all right. He doesn't have to worry about any punch resistance. What's your infatuation with Tank, dog? Like, I don't know him like that, man. I can't give you the hookup, man. I think Tank like women, man. I don't think he like guys, man. So you want them to be drained so Tank can knock them out? Nice. We could tell you was at the back of the bus, Larry. We could tell that they had to, we could tell that everybody else was at recess. And they were just like, sit down, Larry. Just have a seat. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come to you. They came and gave you like beverages and like crackers and cheese and stuff like that, didn't they? Like you had like where everybody else in school, right? Up until break time, you might be able to swing by the cafeteria, but we went to school. We had home office. You can go wherever you need to go to get your stuff before homeroom. And then when the lunchtime came, like, yeah, it was a lunch period where you had to be at lunch. But I bet you, I guarantee you, they came in your class with a cart, Larry. And I bet you they had all kind of cut salads. They probably had some apple slices and some orange slices. And but they give you them little milks. You had a little milk. Did you get that like twice a day? Like, did you get lunch and some stewardesses coming in with a little milk? in a little lunch and some orange slices or some pear slices or like a little pack of them peaches? Was that you, Larry? Let me know. Cause I gotta know how to defend myself, man. I don't wanna go. If you got that, just let me know, man. I'll sign off for your progress report, brother. Ghost, salute everyone. Body work, speak straight facts, always objective. Luis Diaz, that's what I'm talking about. Be careful sneaking up on my boy body work, bro. If I'm in the chat, you getting sniped. Yikes! That's what I'm saying, man. We like the 300, man. I be going over the other channels, like over the last couple years, man. People wait till I'm out and about and they try to come jump on. I'm like, hold on, bro. First of all, you off topic. I'm not gonna disrespect my man channel, but I'm like, dang, man, are you a stalker? Like, you know where I'm at. You know where I be. What's the problem? Fierce Subriel Matias Coward, Carlos Garcia. Cookie Monster. Larry can't help himself. I'm convinced that's Bill Haney. It probably is Bill, man. It probably is Bill, man. T.O. Fortin, injured lone man at 15-month inactive Taylor. That's why I said, man, you gotta make sure you got insurance, man. You gotta go ahead and make sure you gotta make sure they check out them walls, Larry. You are getting very dangerously close to where I'm gonna have to ask you for your personal number. I'm gonna have to shut this down early. We're gonna come together and do a candlelight vigil for you, man, and pray that you still got some walls with all that stuff that you be doing, man. That's not becoming of a grown heterosexual male. I'm just gonna be honest. Gio is not serious about Bud. All of a sudden, you're talking about catch weight. You notice how Larry don't never add anything positive to the chat? You know what I'm saying? He don't ever add anything positive. You know what I'm saying? Taking Canelo, T.O., Munguir, Jamal, biggest clowns in boxing. Pop with the drop. Dang, did they let the circus out tonight? Like, are they like moms and paramoms and people just like, y'all remember when Batman, when they were just standing there, they were just like, did they let the circus out tonight? Like, are people lost? Like, I don't really understand. Like, how did you lose your way? T.O. loses the crown. Dang, Larry, you done already got on my list, man. You already on my list. This is becoming the Matias and Anyway Nut Hugging channel. I told y'all, man, they let the zoo and the circus, you know what I'm saying? They let them out. Salute, Ghost. Matias gotta prove it. I'm not impressed. Lord Frieza, easy work all day, 100. That Matias hate is real. G Wavy, you could always leave. Man, we not, hey, these guys not gonna get our attention. Leave them alone. You correct. 100 people had slipped minds of the past, but T.O. did it first, and Haney was about 20 pounds above Regis. Subriel Matias wants it all. I wish he could meet Taylor and Catterall. Fernwick Garrett. Everyone talking about Matias because he's the real deal. He welcomes all the smoke. Salute, real in the building. 100. Flame, 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 flame. What's good? What's happening? G Wavy, body work is speaking facts. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's disapparent, man. I used to never understand that. You know, when they said, man, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. I always used to think that was like the dumbest phrase in the world. I said, haters? Like, if I'm successful, I don't need haters. But then I realized that in today's day in society, because people don't think like me, you can come to me and ask me for help. I can tell you to do every single solitary thing that I do. I can tell you the recipe. I can give you the formula. You're not going to be able to do what I can do. Everybody can eat. I don't even know why you come over here with that, like, negativity, man. So for real, like, Troll's gonna have to pay, man. If you ain't hitting the super chat, if you ain't sending no bread, we not reading your comments. Hey, and the 300, the kidney. Ignore these fools unless they super chatting something. Leave these fools alone, because all they do is come over here to disrupt. This is about 140 division. That's what this is about. Bro, Subriel isn't got to prove nothing to you. You just a hater because you know Subriel on Devin's neck. They already know, man. And I'm not reading y'all comments no more. I'm not gonna block you. I ain't gonna have my people block you. But we just not gonna read your comments, man. You have to pay to get your comments read, because you get no play in G.A. You know what I'm saying? Even though we in Baltimore, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Dude used to cover everybody. Now it's just Matthias and anyway in every title. The pander is crazy. G-Wavy. That was your second time. You actually had me read your comment now. You know what I'm saying? Like what? I mean, you want me to hit your G spot? I'm a boy, Damon. I have a grown ass woman right in the back, man. G-Wavy. Go get that off somewhere else, man. I'm not your Huckleberry. For real. Oh, that's where he come from. I know. I heard, hey, Puerto Rican Power, the thing is, I heard Showbiz feelings. So I heard his feelings a long time ago. You know why? Because I used to rock out with Showbiz. And when Showbiz changed, just like everybody else, I told him. I wrote him a thick-ass paragraph saying, man, I saw when you changed. It was like right around the time, right before he went on that Mike Tyson interview, and after he got paid and the studio started changing and all that. Like, all these motherfuckers changed. They all changed, dog. They all changed. And I've been one of the ones saying, man, I seen you changing. And then I say, you know what Showbiz said to me? He was like, oh, well, I could tell from the numbers on your channel that you know a whole lot about boxing. That's why I said they'll use them numbers. Remember I told y'all they be trying to tell you, oh man, your numbers ain't this, your numbers ain't that. It's like, when has your numbers ever had anything to do with the truth? Because naturally, right, logically thinking, if you start in January and I come along and I start in June, what's the odds that when I start in June, my numbers are going to be higher than yours who start in January? But they'll do that. They'll have a nice head start. They'll get whatever. And since their numbers are this, they feel like they can say anything. But then when you keep speaking the truth, they be like, oh, look at you with your little numbers. So I said, you know what? I'm not talking to y'all no more. So I guess they got to have little peons, minions. That's what I call them. Y'all noticed the increase of the word minions across line? Like, since I said that, when I was like, man, minions are cute. I was like, man, they can do so many things. They're like you can make them do. You can program them. You can send them on their way. You can have them do a whole lot of things. But minions, man, I was like, at the end of the day, they're still minions. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have minions come by. I don't know what to tell you. And a lot of people that be hating on me, I came with goodwill at them first. You don't know how many times I went on channels and supported them and said, hey, what's going on? And because I made a video they didn't like, they weren't man enough to tell me when I was on their channel they disagreed. They would just start hating on me because of a personal video that I did. And I started figuring it out. And I said, you know what? I don't need no friends. I'll build it on my own. And guess what? I got back in the lab. Learned it all myself. I didn't link up. I didn't latch on. I didn't bandwagon with nobody. I built it all on my own. And here they come. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you here? Why are you present? Matia's next fight is Liam Paro. It will take San Juan or Bayamon. His promoter Juan Arango announced it through PR newspaper. I hope it's Liam Paro, man. They were saying that hadn't been confirmed, but if that's the news you got, I'll take your word for it, Louise. I'll take your word for it, brother. G-Waver, you can stop hating. You can leave. Nobody's stopping you. Body work, recognize and acknowledge the real talent, not those tap run strawberry fighters. I told you, man, you can't really stop that. LOL, you hate on Matias. Salute body work and facts, bud. Be moving funny. Rematch. Can't convince him, man. Can't convince him, Andre. Larry Lopez all repeating the same thing over and over. I mean, yeah, we're gonna block him. He got like a day or two to keep coming over here, and we'll just block him. He'll just have to come in and get it and create another account. He just won't ever say nothing. I'm sick as even going to Nas Larry, my son today, just here for a good time. Haney talking about going up to 147 after fighting Ryan. He running from Matias. Yep. I'm a fan of fighters that come to fight, not run around, but I respect you like. Body work, doing that spoken word. That was earlier, yeah. I'm way behind body work. That's my talk, yo, Lord Frieza. That's what I'm talking about, man. Goes, so you better ignore him. A little bit need attention. He getting more attention. All right. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to skip all the way down so I can get current, man, so people won't leave, man. But I see all the praises. I see all the good comments. Let's see, 12, 10. I'm going to start backward. I would like more Prograde versus Matias than Power versus Matias. Yeah, I give Prograde a shot, man. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Champion Sports Boxing. Salute. Then Paro is not 100% unknown. Melazar, Kansei, Bob, flame emoji. Nah, bro, use the term henchman. It's better. Y'all see T.O. Sr. get KO'd by Keyshawn Davis, LOL, and T.O. just watch. I didn't see it. I seen stuff, but I'm like, man, if Keyshawn actually hit that man, that's crazy. Facts. Did Keyshawn actually lay that man off for real? That's crazy. I don't condone that kind of stuff, man. Like, did that really happen, man? I was wondering. Champion Sports Boxing is laughing. Well, I guess that's Hitchinson was asking in the interview if you fight Matias. He said he'll fight anybody. Good luck. The picnic Lopez is still running. He did not want that word from Amazon Prime. Matias, Golden Iglesias with the Armstrong emojis. Knucklehead in the building. Body work. Salute. Bro got that Namikian pepper sauce. Body work. Melazar Khan say about body work, flame emoji, glove emoji. That's why I say, man, it's always a good time. Body work, speaking facts, no politics or sugarcoat. And I try not to be, man. I got my guys that I like. I try to abandon reason. I won't go in on them unless I absolutely have to. But if you got an opinion on them and it's right, I'm not gonna argue with you. It's been people that said something about my favorite boxing. I'm like, hey, I can't argue with you. If that's how you see it, that's how you see it. That's what I said. That's what most people can't do, man. I see there's a lot of obnoxious, narcissistic people online. I am not one of them. I'm definitely not one of them, man. I'm humble. I know my worth. I know how I'm gonna let people rock out and how people gonna talk to me. But I don't have to have all the answers. That's the problem with today's day. Everybody have to have all the answers. Everything they say is absolute. Nothing is absolute. Everybody have to be right. They can't be wrong. Somebody can catch you. If you catch me in a debate and you say something, I'm like, oh damn. You got me on that one. Okay, well, I got you on this. And it's like, we're going to chop it up. But everybody got to be absolute. And they got God complexes. And that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? That's a real shame. Especially when it comes from the older people. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're older than me. I'm 43, man. I'm trying to see 44. My mom, she left at 42. So I'm already in the bonus. You dig? That's how I feel. I'm already in the bonus. So I look at it like, man, every day on earth is a day in the land of the living, and I'm fortunate to be able to have it. So I live every day like it's my last. You know what I'm saying? So try not to do shit that make me have to look over my shoulder. I try not to put out no ill will. You know what I'm saying? I try to be creative and stay in my lane. I give props where it's due. I'm humble enough to where if you got a new channel, if I'm bigger than you, I'll come by and say salute. I'll congratulate you. I'll give you advice. I'll let you know, hey, man, keep going. Because I know it's needed. Everybody ain't like that, man. And my lady keep telling me, she keep reiterating. That's why I say, fellas, if you don't have a woman that's good, a woman that's like, a woman that got your best interest in mind, get you one, man. Get you one, man. You can cut down your stress. You know what I'm saying? And my lady be telling me all the time. She was like, man, look. She say, people don't want. She's like, yeah, people want you to do good as long as you ain't doing better than them. And I'm like, Eureka. Like, I mean, like, I didn't know that. Like, I knew that, but like, just hearing that confirmation, just having somebody that be there beside you to actually let you know, like, yeah, people want you to do very well as long as you don't do better than them. I've never been that tight. I don't care where I've been. Like, if you can do better than me, like, man, if you can jump higher than me, jump higher than me. I'll get there. But it's more than likely that you can jump higher than me, run faster than me, be smarter, more creative. You're going to do some things that's better than me. I salute. Because if you do this better than me, I'm going to be looking like, how you do that? Okay, I can do that. Like, you help me get better at that? Okay, cool. And if I do this better than you, I can help you get, you know what I'm saying? But I've always, that's just like they say, man, let he who have two coats give his neighbor a coat. There's a lot of people that have one coat and give their neighbor a coat. They don't have anything. I got plenty of coats I can give. But I know that if I give a coat, it's always somebody that was warm, that had a warm embrace, had a positive experience that's going to be looking to give back. So I never had to worry about that. I never had to worry about that. I never had to actually hate on anybody. You don't know hate until you go over to and you're stationed in Korea. You stationed in Korea for 18 months, and the ratio of men to women might be like 18-1. So, for every 18 men, there's one woman over there. Yeah, you learn what hate is real quick, and if you ain't secure with yourself, if you don't got, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got your mind right, if you ain't confident, you ain't secure in what you got going on, ain't nothing gonna be going on. You feel me? Oh, yo was crazy. Yeah, man. I get some crazy people, man. I don't know, man. I put money that Matias' next fight is against Pyro. It probably is. Yep, it happened. Teofimo Senior knocked out cold with the T-post thing. I don't respect that, man. We don't want to be, especially coming from VA, man. We don't want to be known like that, man. What if somebody would have popped that man? That's crazy, Keyshawn, man. That's not gonna be the way to do it, man. I mean, I know T.O., I know Senior, he done said some things and this and that, but it's like, man, like, nobody deserved that, man. And then you wanting to fight, and you going extra hard. Like, that ain't the way to do it, man. That's why I said, man, that dramatization, that whole, I'm a wrestler type stuff, that kind of energy, man. I don't know, man. In the real note, we need some new judges. Just saw another fight. 2 judges, 114, 113, and one had it 117, 111. Just like the T.O. fight, doesn't seem right. Yeah. I mean, somebody broke that down earlier. I heard somebody break that down earlier, man. And that's just how they get it. That's why you can't be geared towards, you gotta be geared towards mastering your opponent. And if you have your opponent mastered, you're gonna render dominant enough performance to where they can't deny you. Or you're gonna do what I always say: knock it out, stop it, retire on the stool, where you end the contest. Shalom body work, Ben Israel. Ben Israel is a legendary Super Saiyan. Be careful, body work. You seem salty, my boy. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know who that's really directed to. But I wanted to break down 40, man, as to what we know about 40. And like always, man, you got it, man. I spoke my piece, you know what I'm saying? I think we had to do some housekeeping. I think we talked about an aspect of weight bullying that everybody's not considering when they talking about somebody justifying somebody being so much bigger than somebody else. Qualifying a call out. We gotta be able to qualify a call out, because if you haven't wiped out your division and somebody above you has, and you got enemies that are like on your, like if you got unfinished business, like in the whole Keyshawn thing, it's like, how could I respect the whole T.O. call out when you got Andy Cruz in your division? You got a history with, to where people think that he got your number. That's always a fight that could be made. You got Floyd Schofield, who been on your bumper for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Morataya, who they was actually trying to say that Shakur Stevenson turned down a deal. I still gotta get confirmation as to whether or not Shakur Stevenson turned down a defense against Morataya. But you got Morataya, Andy Cruz, and Floyd Schofield to worry about before you get to a T.O. who's done something. But then it's wrong for T.O. to want to call out Bud. Now, I also said, well, Bill saying he don't want none, then if you willing to fight Bud, then go ahead and fight Boots. But nobody want to call out Boots. That's why I say Boots is a real boogeyman right now, or at least Sasquatch feet, because ain't nobody run up on his doorbell, you know what I'm saying, trying to ring his doorbell, trying to get a fight. You have to bet the champion. Andy Cruz versus Keyshawn, a great fight. Ghost. That's what I'm saying, man. You got unfinished business. And then if you move up to 40, are you gonna be willing to fight everybody at 40? Because don't open up a can of worms like I was trying to say that Shakur did when he said when he was going after Lopez and he said weight don't matter. I'm like, okay, weight don't matter for Lopez, or weight don't matter, period. Because that means that you are being a predator on somebody that you think is prey. Well, what about somebody that's in that same qualification, that same weight class, that look at you like prey, and they want to come, you know what I'm saying, dance with you for some cornbread? And you like, oh, nah, man, I'm not doing it. A la Devin Haney and Boots. A la Devin Haney and Bud, even though they're the same size. So, that's just me, though. That's just me, though, y'all. But I figure, man, it was a lackluster night, man. No boxing on, you know what I'm saying, really. And when I look at the chain of events, see, unknown. You on it right there. See, look, unknown. Exactly. Don't be asking for 140 then running back to 135 when somebody calls you out. LOL. That's what I'm saying. But you see how, as a fan, that's why my channel is my channel. It's like, man, you got to sit down and really, like, if you really got a problem with me and you think that you misunderstand what I'm saying, because I feel like I'm a pretty reasonable guy. But, like, we got to sit down and hash it out. A lot of people be throwing like, oh, man, he said this, and they'll get to running 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, hold on, you don't even understand the logic and the reason behind what I'm saying. It's like, okay, cool. If you think you can see T.O., you want to be in the mess hall with your chest out, you believe it, okay, cool. But then when somebody else be like, oh, okay, you will come up to 140 to see T.O., well, I want you. And then you like, oh, nah, man, you too big. Like, no, Holmes. We got to consider all of that. It's just like when Shakur said he'll fight Teo at 140. Shakur Stevenson said he'll fight Teo at 140. Then he said, weight don't matter. I said, oh man, Teo. I said, Shakur, what did you just do? So now, but then he said, weight don't matter. I'll fight him anyway, but I'm not going to go to Honduras. I'm like, well, that's another qualification. I'm like, well, if skills pay the bills, man, it's like, it looked like that look and sound like a clout. So when people say that's a clout chase, I cannot argue that that's not a clout chase. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these content creators out here who be acting like they all this and all that, it's like, man, I already know, I already know, how I feel. I know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I know 100% how I feel and believe. They don't really feel like that, though. They don't really feel like that. And as a boxer, man, when people put you on, because it's a gift and a curse to where you want to make your fans believe. You want to make your fans believe in you. And salute Arnaldo, man, the Aves for becoming a new member, man. I appreciate that. But you want to believe in your boxer. And when they say certain things, but then when they say other things that combat that, it puts you right in the middle, because fans are gonna come to you. They're gonna put all the blame on you, and you like, hold on, man. I agree with when they said this. I agree when they said that. I don't have nothing to do with that, and fans can't separate. Did you watch that Foster versus Nova? Yeah, I watched that Foster versus Nova. I think that Foster was more dynamic, and what I saw was that Foster, he was a little bit more sharper with his punches, and I think his gas tank was a little bit better. I think he was a little bit more crisp, a little bit more concise. I saw Nova, he was a little bit more wild, and it looked like he gassed himself, but his strategy was good. Had he had a better gas tank, Nova could have did better, but I don't think his gas tank was up to that. And then I don't know what the notices are. I don't know what notice they gave Nova. I don't know if he was like, all right, cool, I've been working out, you know what I'm saying, so I'm going to take this fight. I can't miss it. But I don't know what kind of notice he got. But I think that Foster won that fight. I think that Nova, when you don't have, that talent that just jump off the page where, everybody see you and you special, your conditioning got to be there. That way, if you still boxing, but you got another job, you still got to be training and running. And I think people just be really waiting on that call. I think people be like, all right, I'm in decent shape. I'll do a couple sit-ups, a couple push-ups here and there. But when they call, I'm definitely going to get ready. And you're not going to win like that. So I don't know. And Bubs is laughing. He going to open a can of worms. LOL. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't interested in Foster versus Nova, but the card was actually solid in my opinion. Arnaldo Nieves became a YouTube member. That's what's up, Arnaldo, man. You always been, since day one, man, you always been a great supporter. Ever since I seen your name, man, I've seen you consistently, man. I have no worries when it comes to you, Arnaldo. Body work, keep it 100% true. Since when do numbers outweigh truth? Please don't even read the negative comments. That's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now. You see, I got haters. I got people that be speaking to me in videos. It's like, and I be like, they be throwing subliminals and stuff like that. They logic, they reason, they be sounding like me. They be using the name. They be using the terminology. And I be like, but you don't listen though. But you got so much bad to say. It's flattering, but it's also weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Yes, sir, body work. Yeah, man. Arnaldo, man. You my guy, man. Puerto Rico. The fight was pretty good. That slip killed Nova. Unknown. It was good. I think that Foster was a little bit more sharper, but then I'm like, man, going to another level or really being something else above what they at, man, they both gotta kind of step it up to another level, man. It's another level, man. I really do think that when them big bright lights come on, man, and people get a little bit of bread, man, I think it is really kind of hard for these guys to like maintain that same dedication that they had. That's why I say, man, we catch them before the silk sheets, we good. Man, once you get on them silk sheets, man, you go out there and you might see a couple PYTs and you can pick, choose, and refuse. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. Can you imagine being like 23, 24 years old? You got $1 million in your pocket. Everybody know you on a face-to-face basis. They know you there that weekend, and you could just go out one weekend and you could just have your disposal at whatever. That's what they're dealing with, man. And if nobody around them just kind of keep that train on the tracks or keep, you know what I'm saying, keep everything on the rails, man, like, it is what it is. Like, they are boxers. They are, remember that episode I did the other day, talk about risk seekers versus risk adverse? A lot of these boxers are risk seekers, man. They're gonna take that chance. I mean, these boxers nowadays, I seen Shannon Briggs one day. I seen him on an interview. And he said, man, I plead to you boxers, man. He said one thing that people don't really, take into consideration. He said, man, don't lose your batch. I'm like, what is he talking about? He's like, yeah, there's a certain amount of time where you supposed to abstain yourself, you know what I'm saying, before you get in the ring. And he said he done seen plenty of people who was excellent all doing sparring, looking like, man, they was doing their thing, like, just, and then like they'll run into somebody, man, right before the fight, like a day or two before the fight, or like the night before the fight, and they'll lose their batch. So in boxing, it's just like everything else. Just like when you decide to fast, it's like, man, like if you just stroke off, like me and my lady do it all the time. We might just say, hey, we ain't eating meat for 3 days, or you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do vegetables for 7 days, or we're gonna do vegetables for 7 days, or we're not gonna do bread and this, like we'll do different things. And in that time, in that sacrifice, yeah, you're gonna feel a little difference. Like your body gonna feel a little different. Like, yeah, you're sacrificing that guilty pleasure. But the benefit of sacrificing that is gonna pay big dividends. It's like now, man, they got bread, they like this, they blowing the bash, they like, I don't care, I'm more talented. They brought this guy in here just to lose, you know what I'm saying? He's an op, I'm gonna get rid of him. And then they get an old Russian dude or an old Argentinian, you know what I'm saying? And buddy come on like Gabriel Maestre did the sniper. You know, and I don't know if he lost his back. I'm just giving an example, but stuff like that happen when you think somebody is ready for the runway. And somebody come in and be like, no way. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to think about, y'all. Something to think about, man. It's just something to think about, man. Just something to think about. They are beef fighters, long ways to go. That's what I'm saying. They're not, like, I mean, I think O'Shaquie really he really has the talent to be able to take it to another level, but it's like, I don't know what, because you done came from so far back. Like, I don't know if you're like I don't know if you're peaking at what you're ever going to be right now, because you came so far. There's other people that started like without all of that baggage, without all of that time out. They had it in the gym. Like that guy Floyd Schofield. I think he's going to be very, very dangerous. At first, he had a couple habits. I'm like, oh, he got to get rid of this. He down there with Bernard Hopkins. That guy is training. He never leaves the gym. His father, I think he do a little bit of the Bill Haney stuff to kind of rub me the wrong way. But I like the fact that he's present. He keep pressure. But that guy Floyd Schofield, he's going to be a problem. He stay in the gym. He ain't out there like, man, he probably got a little shooby-dooby or something. I wouldn't put it past him. He probably got a little shooby-dooby or something, you know. But I don't think that he out there soiling his royal oats like that. I think that man stay in the gym. He on the curriculum. He on the game plan. He just know that as long as I stick to this and I put this many hours in, and you can see the progression. I've seen the progression. I'm like, man, y'all gonna let somebody like him that got some natural talent and abilities that's gonna put that work ethic behind it, and then the wisdom of a Bernard Hopkins, that man gonna be a problem. That man gonna be a problem while you out here sowing your royal oats and smoking, you know what I'm saying, that the Mary Jane. Like, now if you ain't boxed, you know what I'm saying, that's different. But you box, like you know, you if you want to be Floyd, you gotta be Floyd. You dig? I started to watch another fight, but you came up and I paused it to watch it later. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a decent fight. It was entertaining. I wanted a little bit more. I be wanting to see, especially from O'Shaquie, man. I want O'Shaquie to step it up just another level, man. To me, Foster is not the good. He can be, but he gotta step it up. But just the fact that you said that, like, it lets you know when it comes up to, like, cause somebody who came out and said something like he might go up another level and see. I said, man, I wouldn't want to see that, man. Everybody, just because you win a championship down at that lower weight division, that don't mean you can go to weight division high and see a guy like Tank. Like, man, that man would get obliterated, man. That shit, he might look like Lubin, man. When that might be a Lubin situation when Mel ran up against him, man. Like, no bullshit. I feel like some boxers don't get the proper training for the fight, and like you said, they wait for that call. That's what's happening a lot. That's what's happening a lot. Champion sports boxing, and I believe that, man, it's a game because I believe that they have people watching you, man. I really believe they have people watching you, man. And if you too ready, you ain't gonna get that call. They're gonna wait till you go through adversity. They might know somebody. They might know your cousin or whoever your point of contact. They'll be like, hey, well, is he training or is he doing this? Or they've had experience with talking to these people, and they can kind of figure out how to figure out where you at, whether or not it's a good time to bring you in or not. And they know if you right on the verge of desperation, you gonna get that check. You gonna go in there, you gonna get hit upside your goddamn head, knowing damn well you ain't got no business in there. But you gonna burn it with a little bit of fat. You gonna try to get whatever semblance of a six-pack you can have, and you're going to try to get your biceps to look as bulgy as possible. And you know what I'm saying? You're going to try to clean up a little bit, but that's not going to compensate for those lack of hours of you doing 1,000 jabs. You know what I'm saying? You working on your footwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually moving. You know what I'm saying? You actually getting hit. Like, you know, you still exercising your reaction. You know what I'm saying? Your timing. Like, you reacting to somebody actually hitting you. This is like one thing, the shadow box, but if you ain't in there and you ain't like really working, and you ain't gonna be able to get nobody decent for free. You know what I'm saying? I think they don't budget right. I just think from the start, man, they get taken advantage of, man, and they get preyed upon. And I don't think a lot of them are ready. I think a lot of the time we see them and it's like, man, well, shoot, they called me. It was nothing I could do. I'm going to take that call. I'm going to go in there. I don't care, regardless. We see a lot of that going on. And that's why they sent Matias to the mountains to train in Mexico. Too many distractions in Puerto Rico. Yeah, man. And see, Panda and them, they know the signs behind it, because I seen that interview when he said, man, Subriel's up 10,000, he's like 10,000 feet in the sky. And he said, man, they already estimated to where it takes 20 days and stuff like that. That's what I be saying. Like, when Stephen Fulton went over there to Japan, I said, man, if I was a trainer and you getting paid that amount of money, I said, man, you didn't even leave in time enough to give your body acclimation, because they say for like every half hour or hour difference, you need a whole day to acclimate. So you take that time and then you multiply it times, you know, a day or 2 days, and that's the time you need to be over there before you even conditioned to be able to deal on a normal, regular, even playing field. They don't even abide by that. They just said, "Oh man, I'll come out there about a week and a half beforehand." It's like, well, that's in your budget to be able to. If they don't got to where you can have a spot to where even if they just give you a hotel that has a gym downstairs, you should be able to assimilate and do what you need to do training wise because you're that close to the fight. But you need to be able to acclimate. Like the people behind you need to know that, hey, in the contract, is it enough to cover our expenses without it actually eating into like my take home for me to be able to train, or can we get that added into the contract to where, okay, look, I gotta be over there for a minimum of 22 days just for like to be properly acclimated according to the rules, according to everything I need as far as I got a hotel that's providing the food or access to get food, or I got my chef over there with me, and then it has a gym facility that has a minimum of X, Y, and Z. That need to be in a budget, and the time allotted for that needs to be able to cover that. So if you got expenses back at home like child care or your lady or your family need to be taken care of, all that need to be in the contract, and you need to consider that. You can't just be like, oh well, shit, they gave me all of that. Shit, I mean, I'm just gonna cut that I'm gonna cut that by 35%. I'm gonna stack that to the side. I'm gonna go out there about a week and a half early. You go in there and get your ass knocked out because you're not taking it serious. And they are. They playing chess, and you not. And that goes on a lot of times because you just want to be, oh man, yeah, no, man. Like when Bernard Hopkins came out and said boxing will cause your bluff, man, that was the gospel, man. Most underrated fighter of all time, I would say James Toney. He don't get no recognition. Yeah, very underrated, especially with that Philly shell. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Champion sports boxing. Facts. Stay ready. You got to. That's Bud's thing. You can say whatever you want. You might not like his business practices. You might not like the personality. The one thing is, man, what I learned about Bud, man, if it's table tennis, he ready. If it's basketball, he ready. If it's paintball, he ready. If it's flag football, he ready. If y'all racing, he ready. It's wrestling, he ready. You can't, like, that alone, the fact that you just ready for anything that comes, that just keep you a step above. But to stay ready, you got to stay active. And nobody really want to be active like that. That's what I learned. That's what I think a lot of the young people can learn from Bud. And even though I don't like some of the things he did outside the ring, I appreciate Bud, man, because he actually showing the young people what it takes. You just got to stay ready. You got to stay ready. You got to stay in dog shape, be versatile, be willing to run a race, be able to swim, be able to hike, be able to march, be able to get up on this mountain, be able to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Box. However, stay ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what I took away from Bud, man. And that's why I salute him, man. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued because some of the things I don't agree with on the boxing and politics side, or historically I don't agree with, but I learned that from Bud, man. The dudes stay ready, man. The young guys need to learn from them, man. But man, y'all make me feel real good, man. I'm gonna run through a couple people that have been in here. Who you got? Pitbull or Rolly 50-50. They saying Rolly has heavy hands. I'll put it like this. I wouldn't care if Rolly won, but I think that if Pitbull won, he's going to carry that belt and he's going to march forward in line with what I would want from a champion. I think Rolly going to play the game. Skill-wise, I don't think Rolly possessed the kind of skill that can finesse, because a boxer can finesse crews. A real boxer can finesse crews. The fact that he just now got back with Silence and he's leaving from Bullet, that's a transition. That's something that we're not going to be able to judge until hindsight. But Rolly got that short yellow bus in the back with a helmet type strength. You can never underestimate that, man. Because if he catch the little juggernaut, I say he like a little juggernaut. If you catch a little juggernaut coming out of his little turtle shell, then cool. But if he ain't got nothing for with his style, if he don't got nothing for Pitbull, and Pitbull get on the aggressive, and he get the, you know what I'm saying, he hunker down his shell, he do those wild, almost like Maidana type things. He catch Rolly, it could be different. I just think that when it's all said and done, whoever walk away with that belt, we're gonna get one version of Rolly who's gonna be Hollywood with it. He's gonna dance around with it. And Cruz want legacy, so he's gonna carry it like a champion. He's gonna seek the smoke, want to unified, defending against whoever. So I think that we'll get more of a championship. Put it like this: if Cruz win that fight, then we'll probably get a Cruz Matias. If Rolly win that fight, ain't no telling if we'll get a Rolly Matias. If that answers it, you know what I'm saying. So it's more of a matter of, I'm looking toward the future, man, and who's really real about it, who's really serious about it. Who's gonna carry the torch forward, and we can, you know what I'm saying, the young people can look up to kind of try to assimilate what they're doing or duplicate what they're doing, so that in the future we'll have people that's gonna push the sport forward. Because right now, there's a lot of people playing, a lot of people just taking advantage of getting the bag, and it's kind of ruining the reputation of boxing, man. It's kind of looking kind of soft, y'all. And that's just being honest. Rolly will hold up the division. If Cruz wins, he'll fight Matias. Unknown. That's what I'm talking about. Agreed. But man, y'all make me feel good, man, when I see those kind of numbers in the building, man. The fact that when I go live, y'all come out and support, man. I thank each and every one of you, man, from Unknown, Champion Sports Boxing, Luis Diaz, Jose Rodriguez, Arnaldo Nieves, who actually became a member, Unknown, Jose Cardona, Luis Diaz, Ghost, Bubs Boxing, salute and subscribe to Bubs Boxing. Ben Israel came in, Lord Fraser came in, Andre Smith, salute. Who else was in here? Golden Iglesias, Knucklehead showed up. Salute. Milazar Khan say bye, man. Some of the best boxing conversation be with Milazar, man. He love this boxing, man. I know when people really love that boxing, man. He won. Ben Bang came in. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Puerto Rican Power as always was in the building. Ashley Larry Lopez was in the building. G Wavy was in here. Hector Tapia was in here. Furman Garrett was in here. JT DeValier. Pop with the drop. The clown. Super Clown Shoe came in. Cookie Monster came in. My absolute day 1 round 0. Carlos Garcia. Cokie was in the building as always. I don't think I missed anybody. Oh, Felix Rivero was in the building, man. I salute to all of y'all, man. You know, I love and appreciate when y'all come in, man. An unknown came in with the super sticker. Salute with the $4.99. I appreciate you. And then Luis Diaz with the $4.99. I appreciate you, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make me feel all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make me feel all right, man. I really do appreciate y'all. I really do. And as I said, support body work. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man, for real. So close last night to another title, but that slip fall in the last 20 seconds. Yeah, it could have went either way. I think they wasn't, hey, you gotta look at the politics, the political side as well, man. They wasn't gonna bring Oshaki over there unless Nova just came down and put the boop bop ping, you know what I'm saying, on that man. They wasn't gonna really just, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't really gonna do that. And unknown say, thank you for the live. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay relevant, try to stay on top of it. We're feeding those who need to be fed, and we're starving all the BS. You know what I'm saying? As we attempt to grow, we're gonna keep the focus right where it needs to be. Teddy Atlas once said that Matias has Henry Armstrong style. I watched a couple of Henry Armstrong fights, and they have a lot of similarities. I like to watch those fights from the past. I'm gonna watch some Henry Armstrong too. My whole thing with him is that, man, like, I seen this man get hit to where it's like, how in the world did he not feel that or get hurt from that? That's what's the scariest part about Subriel. And I heard that, at one point in time, he wasn't as focused as he could be, but he's still learning, and he was dealing with that hand. Like, just to even know that a lot of that was the fact that the man had a bad hand in that last fight. He just said, I'm not one for excuses, so if I lose, I lose. I'm not going to make no excuses. I said, oh, I'm sold. And he said, man, he said his hand was hurting very bad. And just like, the whole thing behind what happened with the Teo injury, he was saying that when they came and made the offer, they made it known that we had a hand injury, but that we're looking for like June or July. So that was known information. So for Teo to take that information, Teo in the camp to take that information, to act like that wasn't known, that's misrepresentation. Like, y'all knew he said that. He was looking for a June, July time frame. But what I do understand from looking at what Panda said, he said basically that, yeah, they got a 5-fight deal, and they're with, they got a deal with Matchroom and a match with DAZN, but they're not mutually exclusive. And he was saying that Juan Arango, this is what Panda was saying, Juan Arango, they're not mutually exclusive. So it was another opportunity. They're not pigeonholed to where they can only be subject to whatever's coming off the Matchroom DAZN teeth. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole nother whatever they got to do, whatever teeth is out there, they can latch on to and get some milk. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. I said, man, you got some smart people behind you, man. The Subriel in this camp, they're smart. They done locked down pretty much anything on DAZN, Matchroom, you know what I'm saying? They done locked it down. So you got a reason that anything over there on Golden Boy, if he wanted, you know what I'm saying, he can pretty much have it. It's just whether or not, but then you got to deal with Oscar and his whole thing, but it's still an opportunity. Way easier since they sharing their whole DAZN platform than a lot of the other fights. Only thing that's questionable was the top rank, but Eddie came on and said, hey, if Bob Aaron want to let T.O. come out and play, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think the future is bright for him, man. I think the future is bright for Subriel Matias. Subriel, the librarian, Matias, you need a heavy book to knock him out. Yeah, the librarian, bodywork, Charles Burley. I heard that name. I heard that name before. Charles Burley. I'm gonna look him up though. I'll try to we got a lot of people that do a lot of that historical stuff or whatever, and then even when you try to do something on them, they look at it like, oh, you're stepping on our toes, and they'll just, the internet stuff is weird, man. The internet stuff is weird. So I try to let the historians, the ones that want to stay back in the past, I try to let them do their thing. I'll go over there and watch what they got going on, and I'll support what they got going on, because if you try to step in that lane and do something historical about somebody else, you get all kind of weird hate. Not somebody just appreciating the fact that you're going to bring up this, this guy or that guy, you know what I'm saying? Not somebody just appreciating that, but somebody actually start hating on you like, that's not your lane. Anubis in the building. What up, body work? Hi, everyone. What's up, Anubis, man? Not sure how much you caught, man, but this was a good live, man. I'm wrapping it up right now. I did a rundown on everybody who was in the building, man. And y'all make me feel good, man. Y'all make me feel like I keep doing this, man. And always, man. Remember, on my videos, I put my Gmail in there. So if you ever wanted to email me something, you have a segment, an idea, a show, or anything you want, you know what I'm saying? We can produce it. We can make it happen. You know, we can make whatever the idea is come to life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I always wanted a platform to where however I wanted to be, I could be. And so that's why I talk to the people that, you know, frequent my channel, like, this is your platform too. So if you got something you want to get out, something, you know, that go along with, you know, with reason and logic and something along the lines, just let me know. You got a platform to be able to get that out there. You can always express yourself. We don't do yes men. We are not boxing monogamous. You know what I'm saying? We do like a lot of different boxers, man. I just figured out that even though I might like a lot of boxers and rock with a lot of boxers, I am going to focus my energy on those that's going to push the sport forward, that's going to hold down the standard, and somebody that's leading the example for the people coming behind them to follow. Like, no, I'm going to be like this guy. I'm going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to haters, man, like I said, if you ain't got nothing, you ain't popping. I never really agree with that, but I see how that works now. My. You know what I'm saying? My. Louis Diaz, good night. Keep doing your thing, bro. Don't let politics change you. I won't. And I welcome y'all, like the 300, the people that's in here right now. I don't have to take down no videos. I don't have to do anything like that. The minute you start seeing me change, pull me by my coattail, pull me to the side, hit me in my inbox and say, hey, man, body, you know what I'm saying? The same way I tried to do with some of these guys. I'm like, oh, man, you changing. I did it. I was the one saying you changing. But like I said, since I didn't have a father, the kind of father I wanted to be was I wanted to be what I never had. So that's how that's the kind of father I was trying to be to my children. So on my channel, the kind of creator that I wanted and didn't have, that's what I'm trying to be to those who rock with me. The way I would want to be rocked with if I was a part of the channel. How would I want to feel involved? If I would have a voice. If I come and say, oh, no, check this out, because by facts, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, because that's what it's all about, learning and growing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my spiel. He said, dang, I missed it. I was at work and my phone died. At least catch the end. But just, you know, just go back and rewind to the Anubis, man. It's still there for you, man. I don't think you missed too much. But, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, it's always a little curriculum in the front, man. Like, the front end stuff is always kind of good. Like, if you sitting and driving, if you want to kind of absorb something, give you something different to think about, man. Because we always about, you know what I'm saying, the broker, the mind, the soul, the spirit, the energy. So that's always a good playback, man. But I appreciate you saying that, Anubis. Gracias, mi hermano, Javier Bori. Salute. You know what I'm saying? And another good one. Body work, champion sports boxing. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. I love the energy, man. Oh, hell yeah, I'm totally going to watch it, but, you know, live is a little different. I know. Don't worry, man. I'll be a little bit sporadic, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like being predictable. Y'all know I'm going to be consistent. If anything, y'all know I'm going to be consistent. I'm always going to be me, man. I'm always going to come with something to try to be thought-provoking and something that's going to make you think and something different than what everybody else doing, man. We can all do something different and we can all excel. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of us get that. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody who came out tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to shut it down. We're right at the 2-hour mark. So thanks for everybody who tuned in to Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work. He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay. You want to go to sleep. You tired. Welcome to